Aries, this is your reading for April 27th through May 3rd, or whenever you find it, because time is fluid, not linear. And go ahead and take a peek at the playlist for your sign and see what is calling to you. Tons of videos there. All right, let's get your energy oracle and wabam. Attachment. With a 5. Not sure if this is negative. Let's see. Not all attachment is negative. So let's get your Dragonfey Oracle. I haven't used these in a while. I love these cards. They are enormous. So hard to shuffle. Okay, let's see. Skadoosh. Gaia's Dragon. Divine Union. 17. I might consult the book just to see if there's anything there. I don't know. But Divine Union. Possibly, a divine connection. A divine union would be appearing with something that matches your soul purpose. It could be a job, it could be a friend, a mission, could be romantic. Ooh, look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. I like Sagittarius because it's me. Let me grab that book real quick. Okay, that was pretty cool. So Gaia is the earth spirit, and the dragon is representing the cosmos here. And they come together in union in a perfect balance. And so this is about that yin and yang, about two things that are different coming together and creating balance. So let's get your bonus cards real quick, and then we will dive into this tarot. I'm going. Fast as my little hands will go. All right, let's look at your recent past. We're going to do this like we did the Sunday reading. We're going to have a whole row for recent past, current, and future. Your first card here in your recent past is the Ten of Wands. And she's definitely attached to what she's doing there, but we'll see. Six of Swords and the Emperor. And there you are coming out right at the gate. That is fine. That is good. It's always good when you show up in your reading as one of your major arcana, or even the lesser cards, but major arcana is really good. Okay. Crossing energy. 5 of Cups. Knight of Swords, and the Hierophant. Taurus energy. Okay, in your recent past, you may have been forced to let go of something, this attachment. It might come out again somewhere in the reading. But the Ten of Wands is saying that you were very near completing something that was meaningful to you, dear to you, something that you put a lot of work into, because we see her carrying all the wands she has made to market, and she's arrived here. She's at the market, now, did she try to sell her wands and nobody wanted them? There is a sense of rejection here for what you're doing. And the Ten of Wands, it's a 10, so it's a card of completion, but it's also a card of not giving up. Okay, sorry about that interruption. Oh, and maybe more of this will come out and be plainer later in the read. We'll see. But I don't know if you gave up, because this is that 5 of Cups. It's loss, regret, something. There's a lot of sadness here over what you were about to complete. Did you complete it? I'm not sure yet, but that's a sad energy right there. We see you moving on, and moving on really quickly. Really just kind of getting the heck out of Dodge is what I'm feeling here with these two ones, because the Knight of Swords is very fast. I think he's the fastest moving knight. And we have that with that Six of Swords, is keeping all your knowledge and wisdom that you learned, and that's great. Leaving the rest behind you, but speeding away from something, some kind of maybe disappointment, regret. We'll see. All right, let's keep moving here. You have you, Aries. We see you here, seemingly to be in control. I say seemingly. We'll see what happens here. In your power, taking charge, right? That's that energy of the Emperor. Being crossed by the Hierophant. Morals, ethics, possibly higher learning something new. Well, I'm getting a blessing coming in, because that's what his hands are doing. They're blessing you. Maybe you're being blessed for leaving a situation. Maybe you knew nothing was going to come of this attachment you had to something, attachment to completion or seeing something through. Maybe that was not the best course to go that route, and you had to let it go. Maybe you had to be in your power to let something go like that. Not sure. I know that's going to resonate with somebody. All right, let's see what your current energy is. Current energy here for Aries. That's an interesting story right there. So we have Page of Cups. 9 of Swords. And the 9 of Cups. I'm going to say right now, like I've told the other readings, there is wish fulfillment coming in for a lot of people right now. Something is going on in the aether where we are getting our wishes either fulfilled, or we're doing things to fulfill our wishes. It's coming in for a lot of people, so do be careful what you're wishing for right now, and especially with this. So let's see what is crossing these energies, because that Knight of Swords is a little oh gosh. 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, well, I feel like could be for some of you, this release, this detachment that happened was with a Page of Cups. This could have been a younger person. This could have been with the 5 of Pentacles. This could have been a no more communication. Could have been someone ghosting you. You could have ghosted a water sign, or someone who is offering some type of emotion or something like that. We have this energy of someone offering just a little bit, being crossed by this. Wow, the 5 of Pentacles, not my favorite card. So I'm not sure if you were ghosting someone else or they ghosted you and left, but there is detachment here. Now, how you were attached to this Page of Cups, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who it is to you. It's going to be different for different people. I think it was a stressful time. This detachment with this person, whether it was initiated by you or them. And I think what happened was, in order to kind of put it out of your mind, is you started focusing your thoughts on work. You let work occupy that space in your brain that would have been for all this anxiety here and this right there. I think that's how you overcame this 9 of Swords, but that's not really dealing with it. It's not dealing with the problems, and it's, excuse me, it's not rectifying your emotions. Yeah, it's just focused on work. And it feels good for right now. I feel like you might be avoiding something here, though. Like you might not be dealing with the pain that this caused, either for you leaving this person or them leaving you or whatever that circumstance was. I think you're really focused on your own pleasure right now of getting everything that you want, you know, and you're moving away from this, albeit rather slowly, moving away from this situation, but really focused on your own pleasure right now is what I see with this 9 of Cups. Maybe you might be drinking. So be careful with that. Be careful with that. All right, let's look at your future energy. This one kind of feels like an almost personal reading. I feel like this is a very particular story for someone. If it's not your story, there might be a message in it for you, maybe one small message. It's hard to say. So let's see. 8 of Cups. Definitely a release of any type of attachment going on. 7 of Cups. One step forward, one step back. And the 4 of Pentacles. My goodness, Aries. All right, let's see what's crossing here. I feel like this is going to be a short read because it's coming up so plainly. But that's okay. If the message comes through, it comes through. We have the King of Wands. Yeah. 3 of Cups. And the 9 of Wands. Okay. Yeah. You're definitely moving on and leaving this in the past. The King of Wands is a very outgoing personality. So I think you're in this King of Wands. He can be known as the player energy, whether you're male or female. But I think with this detachment, what you had now being possibly single, you're ready to party is what I'm getting with this King of Wands. Life of the party. That's why we have that 9 of Cups here. Maybe drinking, socializing. We have that here with the 3 of Cups. Yeah, so there is an element here of, I almost feel like someone when they're newly single and they are just hitting the town. You know what I'm saying? Getting all dressed up. Look how fancy he is. Getting seen, getting attention, because that's Leo, really wanting that attention. That's what I'm seeing here. Or if this isn't you, that's this is a person coming into your midst that is kind of a gregarious, look at me kind of person, check me out, look at what I can do. And you're kind of in the future energy is just dreamy fantasy like quality, just having a good time with your friends, partying is what I'm seeing, and not being overly concerned with anything. There's just a lot of fantasy going on in your mind right now, a lot of looking, a lot of opportunities. It's like you're standing in front of a smorgasbord of opportunities and people and things that you are trying, because I feel like this is the same energy, this kind of hazy party energy is what I'm getting here. Some of y'all are just really tying things on. So, right? And there is this sense of withholding with you right now. You're out there, you're ready to party. That's all you really want to do. You're not open to receiving anything at this time because the 4 of Pentacles is holding on to something. And the 9 of Wands is a very, he's at the gate. He's like, stop, you're not getting in. Right? I feel like you're guarding your heart here. You're guarding just this 4 of Pentacles. I feel like it's a safe for you that you have created, and you have a guard on duty. You're not letting anyone in. You're not sharing that part of yourself is what I'm getting with these 2 cards. It's like you have your heart in this box. That's what I'm feeling. And you're guarding it now. You're like, nope, nobody's coming in. And that might be good for a while. to just kind of do you, be safe. But I get a very single, newly single energy here and just wanting a party. It's party time. Wow. Okay, let's look at the bonus cards. All right, let me bring this around town. We have air. Work with the element of air to cut through to the core of a situation and see the truth. There's going to need to be some healing here at some point, I would think, if there's pain and loss of your past. We have fool. Have the courage to embrace change, take risks, and be adventurous. There's no problem with that. We get that Knight of Swords. We have crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Some of you who are out there partying and you might be a fertile myrtle, do take care of that. Be careful. Key, successful outcomes to your problems. Okay. And we have bird flying. News is on the way. It might be that. Be careful. Oh my goodness, be careful. Wrap that willy if you got one. Okay. Let's get your stoic wisdom. All right. Let's see. Okay, so we have Marcus Aurelius. Kindness is invincible, but only when it's sincere, with no hypocrisy or faking. Excuse me. Gentleness of spirit. When encountering unpleasant people or situations today, pause for 3 seconds and respond with understanding and empathy. It really does work. I guarantee you it can diffuse a situation like nobody's business. When we respond with gentleness, we transform conflict into understanding. Like water smoothing rough stones, a gentle spirit creates harmony without losing it. And this is a card of harmony too. And I'll tell you a quick story. I was outside the other day, minded my own business, and a lady pulled up not far from me, had her back window down. The windows were so dark I couldn't see, and I just heard lots of expletives, and I was like, man, she must be really chewing out her kids. Oh no, no kids in the car. She was screaming at me. And I was like, what is happening here? And apparently she didn't like, so we're renting on a farm here, and in her opinion, she didn't like how the pens are for the animals and yada yada. I mean, it was a lot, okay, that was on her mind, and she was livid. And I said, well, I just renting here. I don't have anything to do with the animals. They're not, it's not my thing. And who this property belongs to. She did. And I was like, that's who you need to complain to. And you know by not getting angry at her, it diffused the situation. I let her rant, and she had so much anger, which I'm not really sure why. I mean, the animals are taken care of, but just not in her, how she would do it, I guess. Um, it diffused the situation. She ended up apologizing to me and, went on her way. So there you go. And that might be something that gentleness of spirit might be a challenge, Aries. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that is your reading, Aries. I do hope you're doing well. Try not to imbibe too much here with this. Moderation is important. All right, so that's going to be it for now. Aries, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.